Hi, welcome to Larry Shaves. Today we have a kind of a different video for you today. I have already shaved, but the question comes, after you've shaved, then what? You have to clean up the mess. So today I'm going to show you what I do to clean the razor, the brush, get everything cleaned up so that we're ready for the next day's shave. So we're going to show you the sink area and where I shave and show you what I do. Now, this is not what you have to do. You may have your own system. You may have your own way of doing things. But I want to share with you, especially for those who are new to double-edged razor shaving, wet shaving, what I do that maybe be a help to you. So let's look at the sink now. So as we've come to the sink area now and I finished my shave, here's what I do. And I want you to see how this works so that you'll be ready for your next shave as well. First thing I do is I take a cloth and I dry off the spray bottle just a little bit and I set that aside. Then it comes time to clean the razor and the blade. So if you have a double-edged safety razor such as this is the Rockwell 6S, you want to unscrew the razor and then carefully take the top off and the blade. Now what I do with the blade, and you know they say instruction-wise, don't wipe your blade. Well, here's what I do. Now, you know, be careful, you don't want to get cut, but I take the towel and I wipe the blade this way, away from the center on one side, and I do that on the other side as well. And the reason for that, I get rid of all the dead skin, the soap, the dirt, and then I take the blade. And you'll notice back in the back here, I've got some things to place it on. These are magnets, and you can get them at department stores. And I put the blade on those, just like that. And the edges are not contacting the bottom. And so that'll dry. That'll dry overnight. And then I take an old toothbrush. Actually, this is a new toothbrush, but I don't use it for brushing my teeth. This is a soft bristle toothbrush. And what I do after I run water out of the sink is I wet the toothbrush, a little hot water, a little cold water, and I brush gently and lightly the razor at the top, just like this. And I want to get all the soap, all the scum off of it. And then I set that aside and I do the top. Same way, lightly with a soft bristle. And then I set that aside. And then this part here, I do the same thing. And I set that aside, turn the water off. Then I dry the toothbrush and set that over here for it to be ready for the next shave. Then what I do, I take the towel and then I want to dry off the top of the counter. And you'll see why here in a second. And I want to dry each component separately. So I dry that off. Set that again aside. Then I dry the top off. I mean the next part here off. Get that good and dry, as good as I can get. And then the handle. I want to dry that off. Then I want to put it back together. So I put the the top down, then the next. What I use a little washer. I dry that off. That protects the metal against metal from scratching. And you can get these online. They have them at several places. They're like 10 for $1, something like that. Screw that on. Now don't screw it all the way on. There's a little gap. And so if you don't have a stand for it, set your razor up like that and let it dry overnight. Or if you do have a stand, put it in the stand and leave that like that overnight. Then what I do, I take my alum block and I dry it off, because you don't want it to pit. You don't want it to fall apart on you. Dry that off, and I set that aside to even dry even better overnight. Now, when we get to the brush, this is what I do. I run some medium water, hot, a little cold. You don't want it real hot, because you don't want hot water to get down inside and soften up the glue, because the knot is held in by glue, so you don't want to do anything like that. So I rinse it off first of all. Give a little more cold water. Give it an initial rinse, and then holding the knot down here below, I just squeeze it. See how the soap comes out of there? I don't pull, I just squeeze. Just like that. Then I turn the water off. I give it some shakes. And then I take the towel again and I just brush the top back like this. And that dries a little more. I dry the handle off. And then you want to hang the brush upside down to dry. So you can get a rack like this. Different places. You can go on the internet and look for those. You can buy those at some of the soap places where you can buy soap and brushes and all. And just hang it upside down for the day. Then you want to do the bowl. You want to clean it off. Again, run some water in here. And kind of with your thumb, loosen up the soap, pour it down the sink, get rid of all the soap all around the bowl. And then guess what we're going to do again? We're going to take a towel and dry it all off. And then I'm going to set that aside as well. Now, that looks like we're all done. Here's the problem. There's soap, there's water, there's all kinds of stuff here. You want to dry your sink off and your countertop off, not necessarily the sink, but the countertop. And here's why. When you come in the next day to get a shave, you want it to look nice and neat. And here's the other part. If you're married, and your wife comes into your area, you don't want her to go like, oh man, what a mess. So you want to clean that up and dry that off as well. And when you get it all dry, then you're ready to call it a day. So that's what I do, and it leaves the area clean. You want to keep your razor clean, because if you get scum and you get old skin and all, that has a tendency of starting to get some rust, where you don't want rust. You want to take care of your razor so that it lasts a long time. And you could even pass it down to your children. Also, you want to clean the brush. You don't want to leave any of the old soap in there, because if you do, then tomorrow if you use a different soap, you're going to have an unusual combination to start with. So keep your area clean and keep it neat. then the next day when you come in to get a shave, you're going to feel like this is ready to go and you're going to enjoy it more. I hope this has been a help to you, and trust that you'll keep your area clean. Have a great shave each day. Thank you for watching. I trust it's been a help to you today, and we'll be back real soon for a shave. Thank you so much for being with us.